First of all, let's I guess recap for folks just waking up to this story what exactly happened and how swiftly the Mets moved.
Yeah, it was a pretty swift reaction on the Mets' part. Now, this story broke last night from ESPN. Jeff Passan, the great reporter there, reporting that back in 2016, Jared Porter had inappropriate exchanges with a female reporter. The Mets found out about it yesterday. The story ran late last night, and by early this morning, Steve Cohen, as you saw, had tweeted out the Mets had terminated Jared Porter. Sandy Alderson issuing a statement, the Mets issuing a statement, obviously. His former teams, the Cubs and D-backs, all issuing statements condemning this. So it was a pretty swift action on the Mets' part. I would say certainly less than 12 hours from the time the story broke until Jared Porter's termination. So, not what anyone wants to see in the game, and in what had been such an optimistic, hopeful offseason for the Mets, it's obviously something that they didn't want to have to go through right now. But Jared Porter has been terminated, and the Mets will move forward from here with someone else leading the way.
Yeah, the swift reaction, I think, came perhaps in part to the fact that, look, the Mets have hired people recently that have had past misgivings, not under their watch, yet that person is now working under their brand, and they're kind of stuck with, oh, wow, what do we do now? I think about Carlos Beltran. None of what Carlos Beltran was accused of happened while he was playing for the Mets, let alone managing them, because he hadn't begun yet. Same thing here with Jared Porter. This happened 5 years ago, but the Mets acting very swiftly to remove him from his post with their organization. So the question I have for you now, Anthony, what next for the Mets?
Yeah, well, look, their heavy offseason baseball operations lifting is done. They've acquired Francisco Lindor in that big trade. They've made a bunch of moves, so they can kind of take their time with this. They have Zach Scott in place, who was Jared Porter's assistant GM. He can certainly serve as a day-to-day acting baseball operations guy if the Mets go that route. They also, let's not forget, have Sandy Alderson, who is the team president, who was running the show and was really more involved in baseball operations ahead of Jared Porter than I think even he had anticipated when he took the job. So they can still move forward seamlessly here. They can still accomplish the things baseball ops wise that they wanted to accomplish, whether that's still going after a George Springer, whether that's whatever else they might want to do. This doesn't have to affect that. They've got a lot of strong baseball people in place. Sandy Alderson, like I mentioned, Zach Scott, John Ricco, who's been a member of the organization forever and has been an interim GM in the past, has certainly been advising on baseball ops matters and can continue to do so. So, again, not anything the Mets wanted to go through, obviously, but they are well equipped to move forward here without a major interruption in what they want to do baseball-wise.
Yeah, tough story to kind of digest and take in. And Anthony DiComo joining us for some details and clarification on the removal of Jared Porter as Mets GM. Anthony, thanks for the perspective.
You got it, Matt.